Hi Gemini, welcome. This is going to be your spiritual tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So Gemini, when I was meditating on the collective Gemini energy, I was getting a message about slowing down, all right? It seems like there's a lot of activity going on in the headspace, maybe feeling like pulled in a lot of different directions, or there's a need to slow down, okay? I feel like some of you are overthinking or overanalyzing something, which is, like an air sign thing to do. And I'm a triple air sign, so I get this. But it feels like there's some sort of mental exhaustion here as a product of that. And just needing to take a little bit of time to slow down a little bit. And then I'm hearing slow down the thought process, which may not be the easiest thing to do, but certainly, chilling out a little bit, meditating, giving yourself some space to think, I feel like will be really beneficial for you, because I also feel a little tired. So you could be feeling a bit fatigued, particularly around the retrograde, which is coming up here in about a week or so. I may just feel like you want to take a step back from something, especially if it's been mentally draining you, okay? So let's see what the cards have to say. You got a card flip right there, and it's the card of Libra. Some of you connecting with Libra or have that in your chart, or it's just the influencing energy, because this energy does talk about finding balance, harmony, peacefulness, especially when it comes to your social network, or a relationship. Okay. This is talking about trying to be fair and considerate and obliging. Sometimes this goes too far though, and it becomes people pleasing, and then you end up overextending yourself, and there's some sort of fine balance that needs to occur here, Gemini, because I feel like some of you have this tendency, right, to overextend yourself, and it creating more trouble than what it's worth is what I'm getting, okay? So the next two cards are the Hangman and the Empress, Taurus energy here for some of you, which just talks about what? The Hangman is getting another perspective, yes, but also taking a time out, a pause to take some time to care for yourself, to nourish yourself, to be kind to yourself, Gemini, right? Because I keep getting this people-pleasing type of thing, not calling you a people pleaser, but sometimes we all get sucked into that trap of wanting to appease, other people, or not letting someone down, or fearing that you're going to let someone down, or getting all in your head about that. And it's you can't be everything to everyone, Gemini. You cannot, and although I think it's gracious of you to consider all of other people and how they may feel, you, at the end of the day, can only please one person and one person only, and that's yourself, right? You can't control how other people see something or how they're going to feel, but you can control how you feel. And there's a needing to be a reprioritization or a prioritization of self right now, okay? And so I want to highlight that, but I also got a message there, that came through about consideration or considerate, something about being considerate, or going too far with being considerate to the point that you're considering other people's emotions and prioritizing that over how you feel, which is a little bit backwards. It's okay to be considerate, don't get me wrong, right? We don't want to walk around not caring about how other people feel at all, but don't go to the point, Gemini, where you are making yourself unhappy by trying to consider other people, to your detriment. You know what I mean? There's a fine balance there. There's a fine line between that being a healthy consideration or a toxic consideration. Does that make sense? I hope so, because that's what I'm getting. So let's go into the headspace and see here, Gemini, what's going on in the headspace. Then we're going to go into the emotions and then the big spiritual picture. So, Gemini. Some of you could also be connecting with Scorpio or have Scorpio in your chart, as I'm getting the song Better Now by Post Malone. And that was kind of the theme of Scorpio's reading. So if you are, check that reading out as well. And as I say that, this was the first card that came out too in the Scorpio reading. What are the odds of that, you know? All right. So 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Universe. And the Queen of Wands. I heard universal forces at play or at hand. So, of course, always the universe is at play, right? But there's something bigger going on here, Gemini, than you're recognizing right now. And it's because you don't have the bird's eye view, you know. But anyways, there's something here that's getting ready to expand you or to grow you in some way, and it's somehow orchestrated by the universe, or like there's some sort of divinity or divine timing around this. This seems to be coming out of left field, so I'm not really sure, you know, the details of what's going on there, but there seems to be something coming in that may take you off guard, or maybe coming from left field, that's divinely orchestrated here. All right. So take it or leave it. But there's this message here too, Gemini, about feeling like you're going back and forth on something. And it could be something that you maybe want to communicate, or you go back and forth maybe about talking about. But I feel like the timing is now, right? Like the timing is coming in, and maybe that's what this divine timing is about. Like there's something coming in that's outside of you that is changing something about a situation, or creating this opportunity here for you to kind of move forward or speak about something that maybe you put on the back burner. This is a very interesting energy, and so I'm not trying to give you a long pause, but I want to make sure that I'm feeling it correctly. But the term pause or long pause is important. So it's almost like there's something here about like pushing the pause button and then rewinding, which could be happening during the retrograde, and then moving forward. So this is so similar to the reading I just did for Scorpio. It's kind of like a look back period, all right, here, Gemini, or maybe it feels somewhat like a setback for some of you. So take whichever one resonates. But it's like, it's purposeful, right? Because it's giving you a clearer perspective about how you want to move forward. And also, your ability to create right now and to manifest is super heightened. So it's almost like you might be in this space where like your creativity is flowing, or like ideas are flowing to you, so much so that it's overstimulating you. So maybe that's why also there was this encouragement to kind of like pause and prioritize your mental well-being before taking action on something. Sorry, it seems like these messages are coming in like all over the place, not like one succinct storyline. So some of you, this will resonate perfectly for you as one storyline. Some of you, this is like multiple different things happening, right? But you'll be able to put it together by the end of the month. So come back to this reading, right, like at the end of the month, and listen to it again. All right, so the emotional space. Eight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. And the Five of Discs. Holy cow. Gemini, wow, this is interesting. Okay, so in the emotional space here, I don't mean to keep pausing, Gemini. I know that's frustrating, especially for an air sign that likes communication. But I just feel like, you know, that this is important, right? Like there's a lot going on that's really important. And there's something that goes way beyond the surface as well, especially when it comes to your emotions. It's just like, I'm getting very emotional energy. So you could feel very emotional during this time frame. You know, it could feel like everything falls apart, you know, or like things come together and then they fall apart. And then getting disheartened by that. Wanting to kind of maybe wall off emotionally. Not feeling understood, feeling alone, maybe wanting isolation, maybe needing some isolation. But I'm getting like a very disheartened energy here, which is not like you, Gemini. Like, I feel like Geminis, of all the zodiac signs, usually you guys are really good about being able to flip that positivity switch on, or at least be able to see it from a different perspective, you know. But I just feel disheartened, and that's the word I keep getting. It's like something here was like, wow, I really felt like there was progress, or like I had worked on something, only to feel like there's a setback, or, you know, that maybe I truly haven't moved on from something. And maybe you haven't, but who cares? Like, don't be hard on yourself. You know, there is no set timeline for healing. And sometimes healing looks like a forward momentum and then a little bit backwards, and then forward and a little bit backwards, you know? Like, it's not always gonna be a straightforward trajectory. And in fact, almost never is it. And then I'm getting the phrase, it's not always going to be like this. So this too shall pass. Obviously, you know that. There's some sort of, like I said, divine timing or divine intervention coming in. And I feel like that's actually going to assist you in that here. What else? Wow, the Eight of Wands. There's that communication card again. Princess of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, so there's also being highlighted like communication in the social network or around the friendship sector. Wow. Or maybe you would benefit from like talking to a friend. But don't overtalk the situation, Gemini, or overthink it. So there's some sort of opportunity for you to grab. This is so unusual for a Gemini reading. Usually when I do your readings, Gemini, if you've been following me for a while, you know this. It's boom, boom, boom. You know, in fact, I love doing Gemini's readings because it's very clear cut. But during this time frame, I don't feel that's the case. I feel it's a little messy. I feel like you might feel pulled in many different directions, or like your mind is going in many different directions. You might be toying with a lot of ideas in your mind to the point that you exhaust yourself. So like I said earlier, be careful about that, especially if you have this disheartened energy. Like, it's when you're feeling disheartened, right? Or maybe even emotional or down in the dumps, that is not the time okay, to be making major decisions, okay? And although it feels better sometimes to vent, sometimes venting actually makes it worse because you make it more prominent in the energy versus just giving yourself a 10 to 15 minute time out to meditate, to clear your energy, right? And I feel like that's more so the encouragement right now than like talking it out. Although some of you do have like a social group here or someone that I feel like you could connect with if you need to. There's just a sense of like feeling like toyed with even or like at the mercy of the universe. But the universe wants to deliver to you exactly what it is that you're wanting, but you got to get out of your own way. And how are you getting in your own way? By allowing your emotions to go to that low level, you know, by overstimulating yourself or overextending, you know, and to pull back a little bit, right? I feel like there is an opportunity to grab here, though, Gemini. You know, as long as you don't let this frustration get in your way. And this is very demanding, like frustrating energy, I feel. But out of that comes like this big opportunity, right? Or this untapped potential for you to tap into. Like whatever the frustration is too, it's helping you to better understand what it is that you actually want. Because maybe there's been some back and forth, maybe uncertainty about what it is that you even want. You know, but after going through this process in May, I feel you getting more clear on what that vision is. So let's see what the Osho Zen has to say, Gemini. Wow, really, really interesting reading. What does the Osho Zen have to say for Gemini? Flowering and possibilities. Yeah, like I said, out of this weirdness is coming some like sort of new possibility, right? Or new possibilities being presented to you during this time frame. But you can't grab it if you don't see it, right? And you're not going to see these opportunities if you're all sucked into the problem or overstimulated. So that's why they're wanting you to prioritize your mental well-being, especially in the month of May. And let's see what the guidance is. Find your center and new beginnings. This is exactly what the reading was about. It says your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside of you. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask yourself, when was the last time I checked in with me? That's exactly what I was saying earlier. This card is about checking in with yourself, asking yourself, how do you feel? And then honoring it. And then you have the card of new beginnings. Everything in life is constantly vibrating and moving and therefore continuously changing. Be aware that a new beginning is on the horizon for you. Have courage and faith because right now life is nudging you forward and moving you in a new direction. And that's what I felt as well earlier. So, wow, Gemini. Hopefully that solidifies it for you. Zodiac signs that you could be dealing with or have in your own chart that are showing up here. Aries, Pisces, for some reason I felt Virgo energy. Scorpio. This card reminds me of Aquarius, Libra, Taurus energy. So those are the predominant zodiac signs I'm seeing. But keep in mind, it's a general reading, so it can be any zodiac sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I do have videos over there. I also did a weekend live reading, so you can catch the bonus reading over on my Facebook. Tarot Time with Dana, linked below, as well as in the About section where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate, you can do so there. Otherwise, wishing you the very, very best, Gemini. And until next time, my friends, namaste.